Hello everybody, how are you? Before I get started, I'd like to tell you that if you'd like to support Ina and her renting of pattern-collections.com, you can go down here. There's a button, PayPal button, that will accept credit cards or PayPal for donations to help the website continue to remain ad-free. Ina does not ask me to promote this, but I choose to promote it so that, you know, this is how we as a community help each other. Same way with YouTubers that you like. If you have a YouTuber that you like, ways that you can support them obviously are, you know, watching their videos, clicking on their ads, buying their merch, rather than buying merch from, you know, your local big box store with a brand that you may really enjoy. You know, spend that money on a small business. I recently purchased something from Mariah Elizabeth. You guys may recognize this. I got one of her little pop sockets because I wanted something to stand this guy up with better. I took my that other case off and I'm going to put on a pop socket. I've never actually used one, but I found this really interesting packaging she has that just opens and you can just take it out. You don't have to rip the entire packaging apart. Best invention ever. Great job, Mariah. But anyways, I'm going to use this little pickle pop socket and stick that guy. Where do I want it? How do I want to hold this? About there? Maybe? I don't know. I got to turn my light off because you guys are just going to get glare. Maybe about there, so that when I hold it and I can do my thing. I'm going to try that. What the heck? I actually purchased this for something else, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use it as a gift for some time, so I'm going to just use it myself and buy another one later. Oh, that works good. See? And then I can use it to kind of tilt my phone upward when I'm setting it off to the side so I can look at it without it being flat. That's cool. That will work. Maybe it kind of scooches itself downward. Is it supposed to do that? I've never used one of these before, so I don't know how they actually function in a day-to-day use situation. But anyways, I'm blathering on. You guys didn't come here for this. You guys came here to do, what's the next thing? We're doing base patterns in the grid journey. That's what we're supposed to be doing today. All right, so we're going to scroll down to write-ups, going into the grid journey, and we're going to go into lesson number 3. And you guys are very far away from my phone. So the grid journey is the concept of base patterns. A base pattern has the easiest way to explain this is to use patterns based on square grids. However, base patterns exist in all sorts of frameworks. To be considered a base pattern, the following characteristics must apply. It contains a maximum of 3 shapes. The fewer steps required, the better. It offers many variations, and the variations mean possibilities to rotate, stretch, shade, or fill the sections in different ways. So, like Flower of Life on a dot grid or bales on a drawn-in grid is an example of a base pattern. So like you can take Flower of Life or bales and create puff or forest or Merriweather or lace curtains or oof based on this main base pattern. Replace the dot grid with a small circle, add extras, replace it with a small squares, replace it with triangles. You know, adding and replacing bits and pieces. You can create all sorts of things. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play with this base pattern that she's given us, the pattern T, which is basically a T, right? Let me get my pointy thing here. Up in the corner, we're going to make a diagonal. And then from the middle of that into the corner, we're going to make a T shape, right? And then we can, here it is going all the same direction. And then shaded differently in different spots. Here it is being rotated. So here it is going this way, and then this way, and this way, and this way, right? We can play with all sorts of things. There's a pattern called Brella, which looks very much like that. But we can see lots of different options. Back when she wrote this, which I'm not sure when she wrote this, it doesn't give me a date. I believe it was back in 2017 or 18. She said, you know, make up your own patterns and give them to the Facebook group. You can still do that, absolutely. But I suspect that there's a lot of patterns have been created now based on this. I don't know them all. But we're just going to play with them and see what kind of things we can come up with. And yeah, let's just play. So what I'm going to do, what did I touch? No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to download the image. I want to just leave it right like that. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn on my light. I've printed out that page that she gave us with practice sheets with all the little gray grids. And I'm just going to take one of them and just go. And let's just play with some different things that we can do. So let's use that T shape and let's add auras. Let's start with adding auras. Do you remember what an aura is? An aura is just a outline. An outline. So let's do that. Oh, that's the wrong pattern. That is not the pattern we're looking for. Let's try again. Has to be up here. I'm going to do them all the same direction for this one. So here we've done it, super simple. We've done that base pattern all going the same direction. Okay. And this is how I'm looking at it with the T's going that way, like the sample shows. Okay. You guys are always going to see things sideways, so just get used to it. But well, now that I've drawn it this way, it's okay. I can do it this way. Now, what happens if we add an aura? Let's add an aura here. Like this. Now, if you were drawing this, you could either leave the grid, or you could draw this in pencil, pretend that the gray is pencil, and then erase those bits, and you would get two different kind of looks. Okay, so there's one kind of aura that we could do. We could do an aura going this way as well. Just like this. Simple, right? Now all we've done is add auras around that base T shape and made a pattern. We could do it in different directions. So let's do it as if we do it in different directions. Let's turn it. Rotating it around. But then doing that aura again. Right? Like that. See how it looks different? The pattern itself looks different. And then if you were to attach one of these to one of these, this middle bit here would look different. So let's do that. See how it makes this shape? That's interesting, right? That's just playing. All we did was add auras. Let's try adding rice shapes. Should we add a rice shape to this pattern? Let's do that. Okay, so let's do the pattern all one direction. But instead of doing this T straight. Let's do that as a rice shape. You guys remember what that rice shape is? That was way back in the lesson, I don't know, 1 or 2 or 3 of the basic CPT lessons. Let's add a rice shape instead. Just change one thing at a time, and you can create all sorts of different patterns. And that's the point of the grid journey, is to just find something and then just change one part of it. Now see how that looks so different than the first one we did, which was the base T shape. I should put the base T shape somewhere. I didn't do this right over here. This one, I didn't do that one right. So I'm going to put the base T shape here. Let's just do the base T shape here. Just in 2 rows. So you remember what we're basing everything off of. And so you can view how it looks different. There. That's the base. That's what it looks like if you change that to a rice shape, right? Now let's take this rice shape. Let's use half of this, and let's take this rice shape and let's aura it just like we did over here. Being very sloppy with my aura. Sorry about that. I'm gripping my pen too hard. Make sure you're not overly gripping your pen too tight, because you will actually lose control if you're pushing too hard and you're gripping too hard. Why I'm gripping so hard all of a sudden, I don't rightly know. But I am. Okay, so now you can see that that's similar to that. It looks completely different than that, and where the base came from there, right? So let's try something else. Let's try hearts, drops, spirals, orbs. How could we do that? Let's think about it with a pencil, because sometimes I want to think about it with a pencil, because if I don't like it, I can erase what I've done. Instead of doing we can do the T with a spiral. And that will look different. I like that. Okay, let's do that. Still do that same base corner thing. Just going to do 2 rows. You guys will get the idea. We don't need to do a whole box. Like that. That's the same base, just going a different direction. Maybe if we turn this around like we played with this one, let's play with it over here going in different directions. So let's do one this way, this way, this way, and this way. So I'm going to come up and around here, up and around this way. I need to turn it up and around like that, and up and around like that. So then it would look like that. And then if we did aura, let's do that again. It's hard for me to turn it in my head without turning the paper, but I'm trying really hard so that you guys can see it. Okay, so let's do it with aura over here. We'll just add an aura to this shape. Like that. And then inside this aura, we could make stripes. Like so. Could maybe fill in these triangles. You know, just play with it and just add to each pattern something new and different. And that's really all you need to do, is just take that base pattern and say, what if I add this, that, or the other kind of shape to it? Because that looks totally different than that. Those two look totally different, but they're basically the same. See how they can be completely different? Let's do hearts or drops. Okay, let's do what should we do? First thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep this corner one exactly the same. We could change the corner one also, but for right now I'm just going to keep this corner one the same, going the same direction for all of them, and keeping it a straight line. We could change that part too, and maybe on the next one I'll do that here. Let's do hearts. So let's do, I'm going to do it this way because I find it easier to draw a heart this way. I'm going to actually do a heart going this direction. Okay, so now we have that kind of a shape. Still the same base. What's the other options here? Orbs or drops. Okay, let's do a drop shape instead of the heart shape. So it's kind of like the rice shape, but different. It's a drop shape. Okay, what about an orb? What if we do three orbs going up this way? A small, a medium, and kind of a large. Okay. Same base. What other kind of shape do I want? Let's do that T, that main T. Let's turn it that way so you guys can see it as a T. And then let's do rice shapes. Like that flower of life or Bales does. And use that. Look at that. Those are all based on the same pattern. So let's try changing this T shape going across this way. Let's make this a rice shape. And make this straight. Okay, now that looks different. Let's continue with this rice shape, this whole box, and try all the different things that we've tried already using this as the base T shape. Okay, there's those. And now let's use some of these that I've already done to see what they look like. Let's do a spiral. Let's do the drop shape. And let's do the like Bales type shape. Where it's another rice shape but with a line in the middle. See how each one of those is different and unique yet still the same. I really like this one. I want to explore this one a little bit more to see how it would look different than this one. So let's do them in a turning it this way. So it would have one here and one there and one there and one there. Okay, that's how it would be to start with. And then let's do this curve from the middle. And I come outward. Okay. So now we have that. We have that. They're the same. All I've changed is this. And look how different they can become. And then over here I could just add, orbs. Let's add a circle right here in these intersections right there. Okay, let's pretend that that gray can be erased. Isn't that pretty? And then you can add an aura if you want. Let's aura here. Like that. Every time you do something and add something to it, let's aura these. It changes its look. Still the same base pattern that we had before. Do we want to add more spirals? Let's add more spirals to this. Let's add a smaller one in here. Fill up that space. See how you can create your own pattern? You don't have to follow a pattern that's in a step out in a book or whatever. As long as you know just one base, this, you can create that. Does that blow your mind? When I first figured this out, it blew my mind that I could take one simple idea and explore it with a variety of things, find the one that really spoke to me, which was this one, and then create that. You guys can do this. Pick a base pattern. Doesn't have to be this one. Maybe you want to use that Amy base that we used on the last one, which was this and this, right? And then maybe say, well, what would happen if I changed that teardrop? What if I used this and a spiral? What if I used this and a heart? You know, what if I used that and an orb, like I did with this other one, and did a like two like that? What if I did it with auras? Let me do it around, whoops, around this way. Okay, what if I did it wrong? So I added that line to all of them because I did that one wrong. But just because I did it wrong doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that I need to do it again. And then maybe some aura. Okay, just play with your patterns. This is the whole point of this journey, is to take what you already know, take the basics, and explore them. There's no right or wrong. There really just is no right or wrong with this. Just play and explore. Now, if you come up across something that you think is really interesting, I might take that and start searching through the website to see if I find anybody else who has a pattern that looks like this. If I don't, I might want to make a step out of this and or at least before I did the extra bits, just the main part when we were at step number like 2 with just the rice shape and the spiral, I might want to take that and create a step out of it so other people can follow along who haven't yet taken this journey, haven't been able to figure out that you can do this on your own. But you absolutely 100% can do this on your own. So I encourage you to play. I encourage you to find this base pattern, find another base pattern, whatever main source that looks interesting to you. You know, perhaps your base pattern is nothing more than an X. That could be a base pattern. Put it in all of your squares. And then start exploring. You know, what if that X is rice shapes? We have this as this is flower of life. We already have this, but this is how you explore, right? What if this X pattern is done in teardrops? Similar but different. What if we're just doing more of an orb-like shape, like an egg? Similar but different. Take your basic shape and just start playing. What if I do this? What if I do that? And you will be absolutely amazed at what you come up with all on your own. You really will. I'm going to kind of zoom in here at this so you guys can see it really good. And that's what I'm going to use as my thumbnail for today. You guys have a great day. Go out and explore, print off this sheet or draw your own grids and just have a play. Don't worry about it being finished artwork. It's not going to be finished artwork. It's going to be practice and play. Do it in a notebook, do it in a sketchbook, do it on scrap piece of paper. Take paper out of the trash if you want to, so you're not wasting paper on something that's not a finished artwork anyway. Play and explore. And if you find something you really like, then create a finished artwork with it and show it to us. Go to pattern-collections.com. Click on the Facebook link. It'll take you directly to the Facebook group. Sign up for the group. Share with me at Draw Tangles with Dawn on Facebook. Sorry, I'm not on Instagram. I guess I probably should be, because at this point people are leaving Facebook by the droves. So I probably should get myself a Draw Tangles Instagram so you guys could share with me over there. But anyways, yeah, I will work on that. Honestly, I will. But just share it and say, I'm on the grid journey and look what I did. Hashtag grid journey. Just put hashtag grid journey on wherever your social media platform is, and we can search for hashtag grid journey, and we can find you out there on the World Wide Web. And just play. That's all. Just play. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you on the next video. Next video is going to be a pattern video, and it looks like it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. We're going to do something called Elvis Fish, which I'm looking forward to. You guys have a great day. Do something nice for someone today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.